What's up, guys? Shit, people are actually here this early. I'm all still getting set up and shit. Oh, well, you can't be called the Drunken Monologues unless we start getting drunk, right? I had ways to catch up. I just got home, so. Hello, everybody. I can't see anybody yet. The chat room, is it open? I think so. Oh, I see it there. Okay. So, just off the bat, I'm going to be doing these live streaming things on my other channel, on which is now called 30 Hits of LSD / the Satanic Network. But it's my other channel. I just want to do one on this channel to get it up there on this channel so that people will know to come to the other channel. Oh, what's up, Cody? How you doing? What's up, Jack? Now I can see it. It's working. You guys bring some beer? Or about some wine? Pinot Noir. I'm not a picky. I'm not typically a wine drinker, but when it's free, drink everything. PBR is nice. That's what I would actually be drinking. It's PBR. Maybe some Natty Ice, but I'd go with PBR before Natty. So, what are we going to talk about tonight? Usually I have some ideas, but I had a stressful day at work. What's up, Hail Sainton? You guys can pick your name, right, when you get in here? So you could be anybody, right? Just change your name to anything? I don't know. I've never actually been to a live streaming before. So I probably should, huh? So I can see what's going on the other side. That would be the smart thing to do. So I got this new job as like a liquor rep. Not really the best job for an alcoholic, but maybe they wanted me. Maybe it isn't because I actually know what I'm talking about. But I wish I could show you without destroying my computer. Got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 bottles of booze up there, booze and wine. I go to stores and I give like samples out to like the liquor manager, and sometimes I actually set up a display and like pass out free booze. But what I don't give and stuff, if I open it, then I take it home. So, needless to say, I have a shitload of booze, but I don't get to pick and choose. You know, today it happened to be wine. What's good, Fung Ku? Like that, Fung, flung. Chilling. Today was my Monday because I started on the weekend, so it wasn't too bad. So the live stream is actually gonna turn into something else. I was just kind of like on my end to get the technical issues worked out. As this camera is much better. That was the first thing I noticed is my earlier ones is that the camera sucks. Lighting's better. Got these things. Yeah, little. Yeah, that was cool. And so this stuff, and then I have a co-host, really attractive woman, smart too. She's cute. She's almost better looking than me. She might kind of intimidates me, almost a little bit. But yeah, no, she'll be doing this. We're gonna do like Skype stuff, and then we're gonna move to like a blog talk radio. That's long-term goal. So right now it's just me, but she'll get on, and we'll try to figure out how to do it somehow. I don't know. She does a lot to say, and she's really, really intelligent, and she just doesn't know how to get into this stuff. So she picked the right guy to help her. So yeah. So anything new happening? I don't watch the news. Anything cool? I try not to watch the news unless it's like California fire is like a foot away from you. Then I'm like, guys got any suggestions for any videos? I'm starting to run out of ideas. I only have like 900 videos and I've already deleted 500, so it's a lot of fucking videos. Steve Brokowski, what's up, man? News is gay. It is gay. Why do you think everybody hates Trump so much? It's because of the news. That's why everybody's triggered by Trump. You say the word Trump, some people lose their fucking minds. Even smart people. Like, Trump, ah! Like, what do they call it? They're calling it Trump syndrome. Something like that, where it's like, and you know, he knows it too, which is why he's a dick. That's why he trolls people on Twitter and like says shit that he knows is going to get under the skin of the people that he triggers. You know, I mean, clearly the guy knows he's being a dick, right? Clearly he reads his own shit, and he only has like how many dozens of like consultants who would be like, dude, you're being a dick, dude. Your ratings are going down, dude. Nobody likes you, dude. Shut the fuck up. You know they're telling him that, but he does it because he doesn't give a fuck and he likes to trigger people. Yeah, Steve, that's why I'm going to vote for him too. I'm going to vote for him too for that exact reason. I don't even follow politics. I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't hate the guy. I don't know a lot about him. I've heard a few things that I like about him. I heard a few things that I don't like about him, like issues. I mean, and I see. Here's the thing: people dislike Trump primarily because the media tells them to. They dislike Trump primarily because of his personality or what he says on Twitter or his attitude about this, but they don't actually dislike him necessarily for his politics. You know, and even if they did, it's like the president is what, one third of allegedly one third of the government, right? So even if Trump says, you know, he's going to sign a bill to fucking nuke fucking California, well, there's that's one third of it, right? There's two other fractions that can say, no, you're not. So, you know, people like lose their minds and think that the world's going to end. It's not. We're still here, you know, and he'll probably get elected again. It's funny because I made a video recently about the social justice warriors and about how the liberals are just like fucking out of hand, like fucking out of hand. Like, you know, and I'm liberal on some things. I wouldn't call myself a conservative at all. But some of these social justice warriors, the extreme ones, who go around and like hang like third gender signs over the bathrooms. Like, you know, the men, women's, they have like a third one that says like, it's like a tranny one. There's like 3 people, you know, it's like they go do that shit, you know, and they like go to like Comic-Con and like protest that women don't have, you know, it's misogynist in comics and shit like that. And Supergirl doesn't sell as good as Superman. What the fuck? Fucking those people, right? And they're flooding everything. They're flooding Comic-Con, flooding Satanism, flooding everything. And it's just, I wonder if Trump originally got voted because of that, or if, you know, or if it's the other way around, or if those people came out of the woodwork because Trump got into office. It's hard to say. It's like the chicken and the egg thing. But either way, Trump's here and they're here in full force, and they're really fucking getting annoying. Much more annoying than Trump, to tell you the truth. Oh, apparently I have to scroll down here. Yeah, I don't know. I try to stay out of politics. I mean, all I can say is this. I mean, I don't follow politics that much, but I can tell you this: since Trump's been elected, not a single thing he has done has had a negative influence on my life. Zero. Okay. So, why would I dislike Trump? Because his name's Trump. Because the media tells you to. Because you're a social justice warrior. No, I don't hate him because I think about it realistically, and nothing he has done has a negative influence on my life or almost nobody I knew. Some people like with, you know, who make a lot of money maybe, or whatever, you know, but the majority of people like myself, you know, low, medium income, working people, hasn't affected my shit at all. And you know what? One of those heated things is on immigration. You know, I want to build the wall. People are like, oh, look, he's a Nazi because of what Germany built the wall after the Nazis. Probably keep what's left of them out. No, but whatever. You know, it's like, well, the wall's actually a good thing. You know, I live 20 minutes from Mexico, literally 20 minutes. If I got in my car right now, I can be in Mexico in 20 minutes if I get stopped at the border, which you will. But you know what I'm saying? I'm literally 20 minutes away. So if anybody knows about there should be a wall, you know, I think it's a good idea. The wall isn't to keep people from, it's not to keep immigrants from coming in. It's to keep unwanted illegal immigrants from coming in. You know, if you go through the process like you should, like you're supposed to, like it's set up, and you come in here to get your citizenship, you come in to work, that wall, you can walk right through it. If you're trying to smuggle drugs, you know, you're doing shady shit, you know, you're going to come in here and fucking be a criminal. That wall is intended to keep you out. So what's the problem with that? Most European countries have a better immigration policy than we do. I don't see any problem with it. I think it's just because he says a wall, like, you know, he's over the top. He's extreme, you know. But China has a great wall. Big wall. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. We got bigger problems than Trump. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man? Bigger problems than Trump. And the few problems that he's created they pale in in comparison to a lot of problems that get ignored, which makes me think sometimes they trump up problems in the media. Stupid shit. Oh, Trump said this on Twitter. It's a big fucking news. Everybody gets triggered and starts paying attention to what Trump said on Twitter, like he gives a fuck, right? While other shit over here is going on, you know, genocide is going on over here that we don't talk about. We don't talk about Muslims like fucking other countries up, just swarming in there and just destroying their economies, right? And their cultures, right? No, we don't talk about that. We're just talking about Trump, what he said on Twitter. He says he's going to grab somebody by the pussy. Fuck, I say that all the time, but I'm not Trump. Legalizing drugs is a bad idea. I've always thought that, like, if you legalize drugs, people are going to do them anyway. If you want to buy some meth, you're going to do some meth. You want to buy some heroin, you're going to do some heroin. I mean, difference is, yeah, you're going to be supporting criminals, and it's dangerous, and people get ripped off, people steal shit. If you could just go to like your pharmacy with the prescription, mind you, right? Just get drugs, right? So you want some heroin, right? And then, you know what? And you know, it would be a lot cleaner because it wouldn't be mixed and cut and bullshit. So you're a heroin addict. You go, you see your doctor, you tell him you're a heroin addict, right? And, you know, I think that the drug addict should be put on like a mandatory, like, if you're going to get some heroin, you're going to get a prescription for heroin or, yeah, an opiate base. So it's like heroin, right? Then you're going to have to do X amount of hours of, you know, AA or counseling of some sort, you know, in order to get it refilled. See what I'm saying? So if you really want that heroin, you have to go through the process to try to recover. Boom, right? I mean, I'm not saying like just throw drugs at people, make them work for it. But if, trust me, I mean, I've been addicted to drugs, and I would easily go to classes, say 10 hours a week, in order not to have to buy shit off the street. You know, I mean, I would go through it, and, you know, nobody wants to be a drug addict. So it's like, these people don't really want to be a drug addict. They just don't know how to stop being a drug addict. So I think it's a great idea. And then the money that they make legally, you know, like they do with medicines, taxing and all that shit, you know, use that, put that money back into education, put that money back into drug reform. You know, I mean, we can fix our own problems. We just choose not to. So I'll vote 2020 for me. There you go. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. You know, I mean, no longer will those tweakers be running around on bikes or, you know, cruising around alleys at night, stealing people's fucking brakes off your goddamn 10 speed. That actually happened to me. I went out to ride my bike before I had a car, and I went out there, and the motherfuckers, like, it was all locked up. I knew to lock my tires and the frame, right? You know, all together around something that they can't take, because otherwise you see all those like fucking bikes that are locked up with missing tires and shit. So I did that, right? This motherfuckers, probably just to spite me, right? Probably just like, oh, this motherfucker thinks he's smart. Took my brakes off the bike, right? And the pedals, the fucking foot. So I got these fucking metal bars, right? That I'm trying to pedal with no brakes. It's like, motherfuckers. Hate those motherfuckers. I think it's questionable that mixed meth and booze and trying to justify meth saved you from it. That was just a catchy title. I mean, did it save me from alcoholism? Put it this way, it got me stopped drinking for almost entirely stopped drinking for a year. I'm not glorifying meth by any means. I mean, there's all kinds of problems that come along with that drug. But if you're at a point and one drug can help another, I mean, opiates could do the same thing too. Opiates, because one drug is usually more powerful than the other. In my situation, alcohol was, you know, so overcoming me that, you know, I mean, it was either that, I would either have to check myself in a hospital, because I did stop drinking and I fucking had seizures. Like, fucking, that was hardcore. Hallucinations, seizures and shit. Like, my doctor's like, dude, you need to go to the hospital. I'm like, nope, not doing that. Because once you check in, you don't check out. And it's like, until they say so. So yeah, that was an easy way to fast, and I cheated basically, but it works. It got me to stop drinking. I'm drinking now, but instead of drinking 20 drinks a day and having a couple just so I can get out of bed, you know, I'll have a couple drinks a day. That's it. You know, I don't do meth, so. And it wasn't always meth. Meth was part of it, but it started off as Viennese, which is an amphetamine. I don't pronounce it right. It's like a Ritalin type thing, but it's like the highest concentration of amphetamine that's legally prescribed. Sorry, I should stop talking and read. Let me see today. I just saw Saxon. Oh, were you way up there? Let me see. God, I wish they give a notification like a bling. That would be fucking cool, so that I know somebody said something. Last thing I saw from you, Saxon, was I think it's questionable that you mix meth and booze and try to justify meth save you from alcoholism. Mixed meth and booze. I mean, I drank a little bit, but when you're high and when you're on amphetamines, you don't really want to drink, unless it's cocaine, which is that's technically an amphetamine. But for some reason, cocaine and booze goes hand in hand. I like Xanax. Xanax is awesome. Xanax is fucking cool. I love Xanax, but I mean it's highly addictive. I mean I'm not going to say it's not. It's awesome though. Benzos are great. The benzos are probably my favorite pills. I don't fuck with pain pills that make me sick. I don't do well with opiates. I mean I don't like them. Benzos are my favorite though. Yeah, benzos are good stuff. Almost impossible to find on the street though. If you do, they're expensive. I mean you can get them in Tijuana, 20 minutes away, and smuggle them, which is what most people do. But I like them, but not that much. Not to stick them up my ass. Go back to the border. Yeah, Xanax. Xanax is a blackout drug. That's one. I don't know. Like there's been so many nights. Xanax, Klonopin, Razapin, all those fucking pills. Yeah, benzos. You drink with those things, you black out. I've taken Xanax at a bar and like you drank all night and not fucking remember anything I did. I was just like, whoa, not how I got home, not what I said. People are like, dude, you remember saying that? Dude, you remember you fucking pushed that dude? I'm like, no, I don't. But so yeah, weed goes with everything. I don't know. I don't do weed anymore. So that's funny. I mean, I'll do hard drugs sometimes, but weed doesn't interest me anymore. I did so much weed when I was younger, and now it's so fucking strong. It's not even weed to me anymore. I take like more than like 2 hits, and I'm like so stoned I like need to like leave. Like that type of stone where you don't want to be in public. That's how stoned I get after like more than 2 hits. So it's like I'd rather take 4 hits of acid than take 4 bong rips any day. Don't get me wrong, I'll be fucking fucked up, but I can manage myself better on LSD than I can on weed. Although when I was in high school, I used to smoke them at the same time. Smoke weed and do acid, but maybe you just get old. That happens too. Well, the withdrawals, yeah, the draw from, I think those are the only 2 withdrawals that'll actually kill you, as alcohol and benzos. Heroin will make you feel like you want to die, but you won't. You'll think you're dying, but opiates won't kill you, but they'll make you feel like you're dying. Xanax and benzos can. That's when I started to have seizures. That's when my doctor's like, dude, you need to fucking, I was fine. The only way to stop that is one, benzos will stop that. That's what they give you to get off the shakes. And like when you're that point. Yeah. I mean, it's, that I crashed 2 cars, 2 quitting drinking. And I was like, that's why I resorted to like the amphetamine. The meth was the last resort because I was just like, that's it. Crashed 2 fucking cars. Fuck. Like, yeah, luckily I didn't get hurt. I mean, one of them was just in the parking lot, but I didn't know what happened. I had a seizure, and it didn't hurt. I didn't even know anything. One time I had a seizure, 2, and I had 3 altogether. 2 ended up in crash car. Well, probably had more, but maybe I didn't know. But crashed 2 cars, and then I had one in fucking like Walgreens. Basically, it was CVS, it was like a pharmacy. Woke up and they had ambulance or paramedics were there. Like, okay, like yeah, what happened? Like, yeah, a seizure. You want to go to the hospital? I'm like you feel okay? I'm like, yeah. Like, you take any weird medication? You on drugs? I'm like, no. And that's probably why I had the seizure. And I told him about it. He's like, yeah, I mean, maybe you should go home for a little bit. And he's like, if it happens again, you should probably either go to the hospital or just have a couple drinks. So having a couple drinks makes it goes away too. But have I ever smoked crack? I have. Not for a long time, but I've tried it a few times. It's all right. I mean, gets you a really fucking cool high for about 10 minutes. And then you just want more. So wasn't my thing. Did mountains of cocaine though. Technically crack. Crack is concentrated cocaine in smokable form. Just like amphetamine and amphetamine. Meth is an abbreviation for how they compound it and make it. It's concentrated amphetamine. Amphetamines in cold medicine, asthma inhalers, Amphetamine, the Nazis stormed through Europe so fast when they invented amphetamines. I think the Japanese invented it and gave it to the Nazis. I don't remember how that worked. But yeah, they stormed through Europe so fast and they surprised everybody because they're like, we're going to Poland. Poland's like, they'll be here in a week. They're there in like 2 days because you had super soldiers that don't need to eat. They have a feeling of euphoria. You get excited about little things and you get fixated. That's the worst thing about meth is you get fixated and stuck on something. Once something you get emotionally invested in or anything, you get like OCD and just, and it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, but you get fucking 10,000 soldiers high on meth, fucking tell them to kill somebody, you pump their egos up and shit. Yeah, you're in a fucking world of shit. That's what happened to Poland. Yeah, the problem with the social justice wars is nothing wrong with standing up, being what a real social justice warrior is, stand up for human rights, stuff like that. These social justice warriors today, when you label them SJWs, those are extremists, and half of them don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just looking to rally around something, and they talk about wanting like free speech, wanting to stand up for people's rights and not having censorship, lack of big government. But what happens if you disagree with them? They call you a Nazi. So that's their way of suppressing you, right? Because if you post, like, especially on the internet, like Reddit, go to Reddit, the Satanism forum in Reddit, it's called Our Satanism, flooded with social justice warriors, flooded. And I post anything. I could post something and say, oh, there's a beautiful fucking cloud in the sky today. Like, grrr, because they know who I am. And then they're like, you're fucking Nazi. You're a Nazi. I'm like, I'm a Nazi? Like, and it's just their way of suppressing people, because now it's like, if enough of them do it, it derails any serious conversation. It derails any topic. It derails everything, because you got a bunch of idiots running around calling you a Nazi. And then people are like, why are they calling you a Nazi? And it just changes the subject. It's like, it's a trigger word too. Nazi is like Trump. That's another trigger word. Like nigger, that's a trigger word. Jew. But Trump, Nazi, those are probably even bigger than nigger and Jew. I think maybe nigger and Jew has gotten overplayed a little bit. Von Nocturne. Hey. What oh, with C of S? Oh, yeah, that's a good question, man. I'm glad to stop talking about Trump and shit. Still saying, I appreciate that, man. I do. Oh, that's the people that don't watch my shit, I'd probably stop making it. What the COS? Well, I was a member from 94 till 2010. So I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm not a rival organization or anything like that. I mean, there is this, but that, I'm not looking to steal any steam or anything. I was a member for 94, so that's 16 years. Basically, I don't know, when LaVey died, it kind of like, LaVey died in 97. I know, but I wasn't there, but I was a member in 94. And for a few years, the church saying went silent. And that was because, and I didn't know this at the time because they were pretty tight-lipped about it, but I found out afterwards, only like maybe in the last 8 years did I find out about it, when I started meeting people within the administration. Church of Satan. Basically, LaVey died. The Church of Satan assets were up, and there was a legal struggle because Carla LaVey, being his oldest daughter, thought she would be the rightful, inheritor of his estate. Although his estate wasn't much. LaVey died in bankruptcy. I mean, he wasn't good with his money, and he didn't, whatever. I don't know about his finances, but I know that he was in bankruptcy. The house got foreclosed. His black house did. Now, I know I was there. It's now, it's like 2 yellow condominiums where the black house used to be. We call it the mustard house now. It looks like the mustard house. Mustard, ugly. Anyway, Carla, got in a law battle with Blanche Barton, and this and that. Blanche ended up winning, and Blanche was in financial disarray because LaVey died and she wasn't on her feet, whatever, and this LaVey's son Xerxes, Eric Barton is his real name now. And they basically, Peter Gilmore stepped in and supported Blanche Barton. Blanche Barton gave the Church of Satan to Peter Gilmore. Although Anton LaVey wanted Boyd Rice to have it, but Boyd Rice turned it down. So Boyd Rice that would have been fucking awesome. That's what I would do differently, is have Boyd Rice become. But what they did to fuck up is they, because of that inner turmoil and shit, and because of the arrogance of the Church of Satan, which they aren't as bad anymore, only because now the internet's here. There's a lot of us checking and be like, no, that's not true. Their original attitude back then was, you're not a Satanist unless you're part of the Church of Satan, because, well, Anton LaVey created Satanism and the Church of Satan, so if you're not part of us, you're not a Satanist. And I don't like that attitude. And apparently that wasn't the attitude that LaVey had. And he wanted Boyd Rice to become the high priest because he thought Boyd Rice was cutting edge. And he thought Boyd Rice could move the Church of Satan forward instead of becoming stagnant, which is exactly what happened. So they should have gotten on the internet. They should have gotten on the internet. They didn't, their website was the exact same when the internet began until I got on the Thinking Atheist podcast with Peter Gilmore. Unfortunately, he won't take calls, but the host of the Thinking Atheist got me on right after Gilmore, because they originally invited me, and then they called me and canceled, say, oh, Peter Gilmore decided he wants to do it. So sorry. Like, dicks? Like, can I at least call in? Like, yeah. So I called in, and then I made fun of the website. When I made fun of the Church of Satan's website in 2012, I think, 2 weeks later, boom, whole new website. So they didn't do anything about the fucking internet. They just ignored it. Thought it was maybe a fad. Maybe they're too busy. Maybe they thought that because of the Church of Satan, they don't need, to keep up with social media, shit like that. They basically dropped the ball. That's what I would have done. They could have easily dominated social media. It's a fucking Church of Satan, they could have dominated. And, hey, Tasman. But they didn't. So apparently being in black metal makes me a Nazi, except... That's funny. Man, that's funny. Yeah, I guess Nazis. I'm assuming you're a man if you say that. Okay, yeah, your Nazis aren't cool with homosexuals. Although you fucking know there's fucking homosexuals that are Nazis. You kidding me? There are black Nazis too, right? Mm-hmm. There's pictures of them. There's a book about it. I looked at it, and there's pictures of black guys they're from Africa, right? That the Nazis had working for them in Africa. So, so of course there's some gay Nazis. You got to admit, though, I mean, this is a fucking motherfucking sexy uniform. The Nazis are the best. The SS, especially, the SS is the best dressed soldiers. Those guys walk in the room, you paid fucking attention. Yeah, but yeah, it's the CFS. I mean, I'm trying to make it a point not to talk shit about other organizations, even though, because I've expressed my opinion and it's not changed about the Church of Satan, about the Satanic Temple. Once in a while I'll slip, especially if I'm drinking, and but I'm trying to not talk any shit, because it's like they don't have an effect on my life, and if people, I don't want to. If people, people have a different opinion than me, that's cool, and I've said all I can say, and I'm just beating a dead horse. And Church of Satan, in my opinion, is a dead horse, because, well, I mean, they don't really do anything. What's the last thing the Church of Satan has done? Crickets. Chirp, chirp. Nothing. Last thing I saw the Church of Satan, other than a handful of podcasts from Gilmore, was 2006 when they did something for 6606, had like a black mass somewhere. That was the last thing I saw about the Church of Satan. Do I listen to metal? What am I drinking? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Hey. Thought you would ask, so that's what I'm drinking. Pinot Noir. What? Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Metal? Of course I like metal. That's not, well, it's kind of metal. Newer misses are. But yeah, I mean, I'm from the metal school, obviously. I mean, I don't like death metal. I can tolerate it. Some of it's okay. I like seeing death metal shows, though. I do like it when it's live. Listening to it on the speakers, just kind of boring to me. But I'm older, Well, you know what? I'm sure there's death metal guys my age too, but Belagar, yeah, that's cool. I saw them, Ornazi Pazuzu. I saw Ornazi Pazuzu at Brick by Brick here. That was fucking badass. I was on mushrooms too. That was cool, because they're like a psychedelic death metal band. Badass. If you guys have never heard of them, check them out. Ornazi Pazuzu. Let me type that out. Forgot I can type too. I don't know how to spell it either. Or shit. No, it's not. Yes, it is Ornazi Pazuzu. Okay. That's not how you spell it, but that's kind of how it looks. Death metal, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird because most people associate death metal with Satanism, and it's mainly aesthetics. I mean, are there Satanists playing death metal? Absolutely, there is. But it's like a lot of them it's like upside down crosses. Oh, hail Satan, pentagrams. It's part of the appeal. But if you actually talk to these guys, outside of their stage performance, a lot of them have no interest in Satanism, which is okay. I'm just saying. But yeah, but you know what? Death metal does do one thing for Satanism. Sorry, I'm picking my nose here. Death metal has attracted people to the satanic element. Metal in itself, I mean, that's kind of what attracted me too. I mean, really attracted me was the satanic panic, which, unless you're my age, you're not going to remember that. I'm barely old enough to remember that. Back in the late 80s, 90s, early 90s, when all the, every fucking talk show, tabloids, newspaper covers, Satanism, ritual abuse, all this shit. Is your kid a Satanist? Is he worshiping the devil? Is he playing Dungeons and Dragons? Fucking stupid shit everywhere, right? Everywhere. And it's like an epidemic. It was basically as bad as Trump is. It was like a Trump syndrome, but it was called the Satanic Panic. And yeah, it got all debunked in the mid 90s by the FBI. They wrote a book about it, about how it's unfounded and it was hysteria. Same with Trump. I hope they wrote a book about that too. But anyway, yeah, that's what got me into it. It's because like, what? Where most people are like freaking out. I'm like, what? People fucking human sacrifices? What? We'll check that shit out. So that's what attracted me. But metal was part of it. But I wasn't really a death metal guy. I was more into like Pantera, Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Testament. That's what I was more into. Back in the early '90s, and then grunge came along. I got into like more like grunge and stuff. But at that time too, like Guns N' Roses was huge. Glam bands like Poison and all those guys were just dying down. But see, let me read here. 80s Speed is cool. Y'all like Ghost a lot. Ghost is probably the most prolific, overt, satanic, real, actual Satanist, satanic band since Marilyn Manson, at least as far as popularity goes. Huge Ghost fan. I got to meet Tobias Forge too. That was cool. Ghost money. Got a lot of them. But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? What were we talking about? Motorhead's fucking awesome. Motorhead's probably if I had to pick one metal band, it'd probably be Motorhead. You bought the Sigil Lucifer shirt? That's cool, man. Is that back here? Oh, no. I might actually have clothes on. That one I just took off the internet. Most of the other ones I designed myself. Like this, this is the old logo for Sin, but I designed that myself. But the Lucifer one I just took off the internet because I liked it too. I actually have two of them. Bought one, it didn't come out well, and I redesigned it, and then I bought another one. But I'd love to see Motorhead. Fortunately, that ain't gonna happen. That'd probably be the one. I'd love to see Motorhead. My first concert was Metallica. It's called Clash of the Titans. Opening band, Alice in Chains. This is back in '91. Alice in Chains. Then it was Anthrax, and then it was Megadeth, and then it was Slayer. And this is before Alice in Chains got big, and this is before really grunge. Grunge has already started in Seattle before. I still live in Phoenix, Arizona, so pretty far from Seattle. Anyway, Alice in Chains got booed off stage. They played like 2 or 3 songs. Booed. But people are there to see fucking Slayer. You got Alice in Chains. Now, Alice in Chains rocks, but people didn't know what grunge was. It's still new. So, ironically, Alice in Chains went on within, 5 years after they got booed off that stage. 5 years sold more albums than all those bands put together. So, is what it is, right? Austin. I love Austin, man. Austin's probably hands down. If I could now, okay, it's my second favorite city I've ever lived in. Austin's pretty cool. Texas sucks. Austin's pretty cool. If you leave Austin, good luck. Van, I don't remember. Do I know you by a different name? Because I don't remember. But I mean, I'm not doubting you. I just don't. I don't know. I don't remember a name, but it doesn't. Let me catch up on these things here. Blah blah blah. Merciful Fate was okay. I don't know. I don't like King Diamond's voice. I've seen him live once. He played here not too long, like 2 years ago at the Observatory. I saw him there. It was okay. I mean, I don't know. I never got into them though. Nocturne. Still don't remember, but I don't remember a lot of things. Have I been out of the country? I've been to Mexico and I've been to Canada. That's it. I mean, I'd like to, but I don't have a passport. Like, it used to be just like cruising in and out of Mexico, like if you had an ID. Same with Canada. But since 9/11, though, it's like, I know that was like 20 years ago, right? That's probably the last time I actually left the country. Now it's like passports and shit. I'm like, what? Whatever. Australia. I hear. I've got a lot of friends out there, but it's like such a big fucking country to be like, oh, I got this American friend. I'm gonna, who lives in Los Angeles. I'm just gonna go to America, visit my friend. It's like Australia's even worse. I think Australia's probably bigger, but yeah. No, I'd like to go and check it out. I actually really want to go to New Zealand. There's a lady friend. Is she here? No. Is she here? That I want to go visit, but she ain't here. So she doesn't visit me. Yeah, that'd be cool. My favorite designs for Satanic fashion. Want to show you? Hold on. One second. This one, I didn't do the original stenciling. But I made it so that it looks like blisters, and it gave it a 3D look. It looks a lot better on the shirt because that's how I designed it. On the shirt, I did redesign it twice for a shirt because the shirt, they print them, they don't have the exact same imagery. But I like this Cthulhu one I did. See how it looks like it's blistery like that? All this is mine except for the stenciling. The stenciling is somebody else's work. But the blistering, the coloring, the awareness of it, it's like Cthulhu. But yeah, that's my favorite. But that's me. But I mean, obviously you design it. This one I helped design. You guys are gonna like this one. This is just meant to piss people off. This is actually the best seller too, by the way. I've sold more of this shirt than any other shirt. Now, as you can see, it spells Trump, but we see how we altered it. See the bangs, like Trump's hair. This pisses off pro and anti-Trump people, Satanists and non-Satanists, because nobody knows what to make of this. So it's awesome. I love that shirt. In fact, I think I priced that at $10, which is what it cost me to make. So I make $0 off that shirt, but I just sell it at cost so that people can buy it if they want it, just to piss people off. So if you go to SatanicFashions.com, which is my shirt shop, by the way, if you guys don't know, I think that's listed for $10. If it's not, remind me and I'll relist it for $10 if you want to wear it. I'm just a dick. In fact, I think I might actually list it. Maybe, yeah. There's a couple shirts that I want that I just want to just to get out there. But next time I'm going to have my shirts back here. But just at cost or whatever. I was thinking about, just to really piss people off, sell that Trump shirt, at $10 or whatever, and say, actually, I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I'd say maybe sell it for 12, 13, and be like, whoever buys this shirt, $5 of it, I'm going to donate to Trump's campaign. And I will. If you buy that shirt, I got to mark it up because I don't want to lose money, but basically that way it'll be like incentive people. That'll just make everybody extra pissed. Like, what? Smelly Cat. I remember you. I remember the name. It's been a while. I remember you from Tiny Chat. 1,300 round trip back. Let's see. Let me catch up with these things here. Behemoth. I've never. That's how far up I'm in. Behemoth. I've heard of him. I'm not a big death metal fan. I mean, I don't know a lot about him. Was that the one that singer killed somebody or they found souls? I don't fucking know. again, nothing that I've heard in death metal impresses me. Although, I mean, I'm friends with Brian Werner, former singer of Vital Remains. He recently resigned, but I go see his shows like in LA. I drive up there, but we're friends, so it's like a little bit. I mean, it's all right. I like seeing death metal live. Like, it's not something that you'd hear me driving down the street listening to. Now, I got a pretty badass sound system in my car. I got 1500 watt amp, 212s, and 4 6x9s, a couple tweeters up front. It fucking moves. It boogies, right? Yeah, I like to play a lot of Pantera, White Zombie, Rob Zombie, Ghost, a lot of stuff, a lot of metal, but not death metal. Let's see. Yeah, so if anyone that wants that Trump shirt, these shirts cost me. That's about, if it's just a single side, if it's double sided, it costs me more. But a single sided shirt like that Trump one cost me $10. So if you want to give me $10, you got to pay shipping, of course. Which is, if you're in the States, it's $4. If you're outside of the States, think UK is. I think anywhere outside of the country is $10. Even Australia, believe it or not. But it's $4, 4 to 5 in the United States, depending on which coast you're on. But yeah, I mean, I'm basically giving it to you. Just cover my expenses. But any good satanic stories you can remember? Satanic stories. I don't know what that means. Satanic stories. I don't know. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I met Carla LeVay. She's cool. Met Anton's son, Xerxes Karnacki LeVay. I met him. His name is no longer that. He's cool. Doesn't have an interest in Satanism, which is why you'll probably never see him. He actually works for a popular skateboard company. So I met a lot of cool people. I met Waldman Zandora LeVay. I met a lot of people. I mean, I've got stories to all of them. Okay, I got a good story for you. Check the story out. So when I was doing the Comedy Central thing, right? When I got invited to do Comedy Central in 2013, I only had 6 days notice, right? They're like, can you be here like in 3 weeks? We'll send you a ticket. I was like, sure. And they called me back like, we changed it. You need to be here in 6 days. I'm like, fuck, guys, come on. But I did it, right? And anyway, so I called everybody up. So like, bring all your fucking friends. Bring all your friends. I didn't know, for one, I had never heard of the Satanic Temple. That's when the Satanic Temple just started getting in the media. I think there was no Baphomet monument statue. This is before. They had just got in the media with the Adopt a State Highway program. That was one of their first campaigns. Anyway, they just assumed that all Satanists are the same, right? And I had never heard of the Satanic Temple. So like, when I got there was no script, and intentionally no script. The comedian Anthony Jeselnik didn't want me to have a script because he wanted to be on the fly. Really cool guy, by the way. He's an extreme atheist. I'll tell you about that in a second. But yeah, so I got there and fucking I called everybody I knew. But in 6 days, it's like, how many fucking Satanists are in LA, right? They can be there. More than I thought. About 10 of us showed up, right? And did the show. It was cool. Jeselnik was really cool. I'd never heard of him either, by the way. Like, he was just big too. I guess he had a show on Comedy Central called Jeselnik Offensive. Now he's pretty big. He's doing stand-up. I saw him on Netflix. Cool guy, very dry sense of humor. He's a stark atheist. I mean, that's what he told me. Is he goes, we rushed in there. He set it up at an all-girls Catholic high school, which I thought was funny. But he was cool. Like, he sent a limo for me, and the limo. I hate to fly. I'm already nervous, and shit. I'm looking down there, and I have this little flask, right? And I sip on my flask. Limo guy looks back and goes, "You got to sip on a flask, man." He's like, "Open that thing." I open it up, and there's all these little airplane bottle shots. He's like, "Help yourself." It's like, so I was kind of toasted when I got there, but whatever. And so we did the show, blah blah blah. Justin was like, he's like, "If you guys, I'll link it." Well, as I'm talking, I'll link it. He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I read the Satanic Bible." He goes, "Actually makes a lot of sense." Because I'm not a Satanist, but I support what you guys are doing, and you can consider me an extreme atheist and a friend. That's what he said. So I thought that was fucking awesome. But afterwards, here's the story, right? Fuck whatever happened there. It was just this story. It was interesting. Unfortunately, they cut out about 95% of what I actually said because they want him to be funny, not me. And I wasn't trying to be funny, but they kept checking me. They're like, "You can't use words." I used a word like mundane. That was one word because they're like, can't, like, cut. a minute and 30 seconds of him and I talking that's filmed, that's on the air, that's on the video. Took about 6 hours to film. That's how much got cut out. A lot of it's just sitting there, like you can't move and shit. Anyway, outside of that, so we leave, we all leave, right? Yeah, I mean, after the set, like all of us, like, went out and they had all this food and shit for all the crew and shit. And like, I walk up to this table with this chick, right? And who came up there with us, and and we're gonna go get this food, right? And the security guy steps up and goes, "Duh, duh, duh." It's like, "Are you with Comedy Central?" Like, "Yeah, the guy that was on the show." He's like, "No, do you work for Comedy Central?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You guys are just over there." So we walk over there, and it's a bunch of fucking like granola bars and like apples and bananas, like fucking shit, like vending food shit. And they have a fucking chef like making pastas and shit, and like, like they have like a full on thing. And then I walk back over to talk to the guy. Oh no, I didn't not talk about. I think I left my water or my drink over on the table when I was talking. As I walked back over there, Justin was out there, and he's getting food too. And he says, "Oh, did you try that, man? Is it any good?" I said, "Nah, man. They told us to go sit over there, and they said that's where we have to sit." He's like, "Who said that?" It was like, "That guy." He looks at the guy, goes, "That guy." He's like, "Him and his friends can have whatever the fuck they want. You got it?" He's like, "Yes, sir." It's like, "Yeah." So we came around, ate everybody's food. But the real story is when we got out of there. Let me type this in real quick. I have a hard time reading and typing at the same time. Reading and talking, I'm sorry. Now I'm starting to get a little buzzed. Okay, here's the link. If you guys haven't seen it, I can't put it on YouTube because of copyright. They already hit me for it. Right here's a link to the Comedy Central shit. It's called Where's Your God Now? That's 2013 when I was on it. That's me. Bam. So we get to this hotel room, right? The Michelangelo's in Hollywood. And there's about 8 of us, 9 of us, we all go back there. It's all expenses paid. Like my shit got paid. And we're just going to go party in this fucking nice resort. They put me up in a nice resort too. That was cool. They gave me, like, there wasn't any money, except for afterwards, they handed me an envelope and they said, "This is what's left over from our petty cash." It's not much. It's like a couple $100. They're like, "It's not much, but take, go have a few drinks on us." It's right on. So go back to the hotel. I'm checking in, right? And they hand me a card, and then they hand me a little metal key. And I was like, "What's this for?" It's like, "It's a mini bar in your room." It's like, "Mini bar?" Like, oh shit. And give the key back. I'm like, I'm not gonna drink that shit. We brought our own booze, and I'm not gonna pay fucking $10 for a beer. No. It's like, hold on a second. Type this says here, Comedy Central says all expenses paid. Like, give me that fucking key, nigga. But yeah, so we destroyed that place. We left nothing in that mini bar but like sparkling water. And we're like flicking like beer caps over the edge. On the 13th floor into this pool. People were down there like, this is like a $300 a night room, right? You got a bunch of drunken Satanists. My boy comes over, the owner of the 600 Club. I'm not going to mention his name. It's a social networking site. It's actually the first one, like Sin, but it was before Sin, long before Sin. Anyway, 600 Club, good place, kind of. I mean, obviously my competition, so no, but good place, and he's a cool dude, and he comes over, and it was his lady friend, and he brings a bunch of cocaine, right? So like, we're all drunk, and like, he busts out lines and shit, right? So we have a fucking mirror of cocaine, right? And this chick, fuck. I'll mention her name, fuck it. It's this chick named Giddle Partridge, right? From the Partridge Family Temple, which is kind of it's not really a satanic organization, but she's affiliated with a lot of Satanists, like Xandor LeVay, Larry Wessel, Boyd Rice. She dated Boyd Rice for a little bit. See, I shouldn't be name dropping. You guys are gonna get me in trouble. You know what's getting me in trouble is this fucking wine. When I drink, I can't shut up. But so we're there, right? And see you, man. Okay, thanks, Vaughn. And yeah, and basically go out to get some ice, right? Run out of ice in the hallway. I come back in. Giddle Partridge, she's dressed like a pink ballerina. You'll see her in the footage in that video. Briefly, though, just shows her real quick. Short, petite, blonde chick, pink ballerina. Come back in. There's 8 of us in there, right? Doing cocaine, drinking, partying, being loud. Come back in. All of a sudden, everybody's on the balcony, and one dude's holding the glass shut, right? Giddle Partridge from the Partridge Family Temple standing on my bed, right? And she has a can of mace, and she's pointing it at my friend's ear. Oh, fuck, my friend from the 600 Club, pointing at his face, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck's happening? And I said, Giddle, what the fuck? What are you doing? She's like, I looked at my friend, and he's like straight face, like it's no big deal, right? And she's like about to mace this guy, right? And like, anyway, she's like, what's going on? And she's like, he goes, I said that Blanche Barton can suck my dick. She's like, say that one more time. Blanche is my friend. I'm just like, oh fuck. Like, I'm like, Giddle, get the fuck off my bed. Like, she had these shoes on, shit. That's my bed, right? Get her off my bed. And like, she's like, then she starts pointing at me, and she's like, hey. I'm holding a bucket of ice, right? There's cocaine on the fucking table and shit. And like, so she's like, I got an idea. She picked up the phone, and like, she has this mace at us, right? And like, she's like, calls the front desk. She's like, yeah, I'm being held against my will. I'm being held hostage by this Satanist guy named Zach Black. I was like, you fucking bitch. Like, women, fuck that. Like, and then I'm looking at Zier like, oh, fuck, I just said his name again. I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me like we should probably take her and throw her over the fucking balcony right now, because she's only gonna mace one of us, but only one of us is gonna get hit. The other one will be able to get her a fucking 100-pound ass and send her fucking flying. But we didn't do it. Somehow security came up, got her out of there. They're like, are you Zach? I'm like, yeah. It's like, what's the problem? I said, the bitch in the pink. Get her out. Like, yep. And they got her out. And then security looked around. Like, my friend Zier, before he took off because like he had some shit on him, whatever. And he took off, and security was like, there was some like cocaine still on the table and shit. And security like looked around. He's like, points at it. He's like, might want to get rid of that because the cops are probably going to be here pretty soon. Just saying. I was like, oh, thank you. Grabbed it, the mirror, threw it on the table. That was a cool story. Sorry, that was a little long, but yeah. I made that video. Apparently I just made it again, right? But I didn't mention any names, and I didn't go into that much detail, but that's been so long ago now that fuck it. Yeah, I better stop telling war stories because I'm going to start pissing people off. People will be like, why did you say that? Because it's true, but you didn't need to say that on YouTube. I don't play any games, man. I did when I was younger. My last game system that I bought, that I played, was a Nintendo GameCube. That was the last one I owned. And I got addicted to Harvest Moon, right? Like one of the old ones, whatever came with GameCube. And I got so pissed because I played that fucking stupid game with my girlfriend at the time, my fiance at the time. Played that fucking thing for 7 days straight. I barely slept. I wasn't even on drugs. Well, okay, not the drugs that keep you up anyway. Yeah, and the fucking, yeah. And I thought I beat the game, and it doesn't end. It just goes in a loop. After that, I grabbed that GameCube thing. I fucking tossed it outside. I never played a game console in my life again. But I admire them. Call of Duty, yeah. I admire them. I mean, I just, if I got that much time to sit and play games, that's like, I'm going to try to be doing something productive. I say that, but when I do have that much time, while somebody's sitting on their ass playing video games, I'm not necessarily being productive. I'm just on the computer fucking off. Like, I might as well be a video game to me. Like, I like to troll people. I mean, I'm a pretty fucking good troll. If I have nothing better to do, but I got so many fucking projects. It's like, I got no business fucking playing video games, but I mean, it's a cool game. I've seen people play it. I have played it before. I just don't play it. Plan to make the new design for Sin, or I mean for Satanic Fashion. Oh, where's I got another shirt. I just did laundry and my shit's out there, and I gotta fold it again. But this is the design that I did for Satanic Fashions. I mean, obviously, I didn't do the bathment, right? So I just put the background and the lettering and stuff. So this is gonna stay the same. Sure. Obviously, I made it, right? Yeah, and there's a few different variations, but I'm not looking to design anything new. For Sin, I actually like this. Of course, I did all that. This is the original, but now if you look at the website, it's different. But I don't really want to. I don't want to reinvent it all the time. I think it's cool the way it is. I mean, maybe eventually, if I have to redo the design, it'll be because I update the software, which needs to be done. The software that I'm using is Occult, and it's been on well, so I created Sin in 2010, so the software itself is probably from 2008. So at the time, it was fucking, it was fairly good, especially for free shit. I didn't think Sin was going to last. I didn't think it was going to, peak the way it did back then. And so I didn't know anything about computers. Wasn't tech savvy at all. I did it myself. So it was like, I read for like 2 days and just, but so yeah, but it needs to be updated, but I can't really update it. Well, I can't. It might be, but to transfer Occult stopped. It's technical. It's not a certain PHP version, and I can't move it without losing data, without losing a lot of content. So I think I have to rebuild it from scratch, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather have it just fucking crash into an iceberg and then rebuild it, as opposed to crashing it myself. Because I kind of personally, I don't want to destroy it. Although it's been destroyed once, so it's but whatever. That was like 6 years ago. If I'm selling, I'm just because I'm reading. You can tell when I'm reading. I'm trying to catch up here. Who's Mark Braun? I don't know who that is. It sounds familiar. Mark Braun. I can't think of that name. Oh, I can think of the name. Can't think of it. What do you guys think of that EA coding guy? Oh shit! I should not talk shit on live stream, huh? Because I keep forgetting this is recorded. Oops. I tried to get into his videos. I made a video I don't know, a few months ago about him. I tried to watch his shit but this is years ago, and I don't know. It's like I don't know if he's actually I don't have a problem with the guy at all. He seems like a reasonable guy to me, but it's like what he's pushing on the internet. I don't know if he's just trying to profit from this, or if he's actually believes that he can summon demons and create rituals and hex people and whatever. He's pretending. Well, I hope he's pretending to be a theistic Satanist, and I hope he's pretending to be able to have the power to summon demons and this and that and shit. Because that's if you watch his videos, it's basically what he's saying. But it's for some reason, and I don't understand why this doesn't cross most people's minds to believe that shit, right? I mean, think about it. I don't know. You're either born with critical thinking skills or you're not. I mean, maybe because I was born with them, that's why I'm like perplexed that people don't question this. If a guy claims that he can summon demons, right? And if he's selling spells and rituals and whatever to to make money to help you summon demons so that you can make all your wishes come true and control these demons, why doesn't a few things come to mind? A, why is this guy, if he's so powerful, or anybody, I'm not picking on EA, I'm not picking on him, just anybody, I'm mentioning him because he's on YouTube. If you can do that, if you have the power to summon demons and to control demons, to do your will, why the fuck are you selling t-shirts on YouTube? I sell them because I don't summon demons. Right? I sell them because I'm trying to make money to pay for my shit. You can summon demons. Why are you fucking around on YouTube? Two, if you actually could summon demons, or you had magical potions or spells or whatever, that'd be something you'd probably keep to yourself, right? Because as soon as if everybody had that shit, and if you sold it for $500, right? Well, guess what? Everybody would be a fucking billionaire, and then there'd be no money. So, you see what I'm saying? That's a critical thinking thing. If you have the abilities to do it, why aren't you doing it? You say you have the abilities to do this, and you're going to sell it to me, and you're going to teach me how, then why aren't you doing it yourself? Huh. $1 million question that nobody can answer. Okay, there's that. That's the obvious one. I mean, sounds like somebody's being taken. But more power to him. It's my opinion that the guy knows. It's my opinion the guy's not full of shit. He actually knows what he's doing. my opinion that he is, along with a lot of other people who are doing this, taking advantage of people who are retarded, who don't have any critical thinking skills, which there's nothing more satanic than making money off the feeble-minded. And I'm hoping that's the case. I believe it is. He would never tell me because he knows I have a big mouth because I get drunk and talk shit on live stream, and that would be the end of it. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, but that's I think is what's happening. But right. Steve, that could be true. I don't know. I've only seen a few of his videos, and I didn't watch them long enough to get real in depth. But from ones that I saw, he sounds like it's not a psychodrama. It's not that type of magic like LaVey describes the satanic rituals and stuff like that, where it's like, calling upon the archetypes and subconscious projections and stuff like that, or unlocking doors in your mind so that your subconscious wills will put things into motion mentally to help you manifest. That type of psychodrama, that's like therapy. That's basically therapy. I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch it, but that's not what I got. Oh, hey, Kay. We're waiting for you. I started drinking without you. I hope you don't mind. Uh-oh. I just got a notice from YouTube from something. Get out of here. So, Josh, what's up, man? Mr. Noctus. Shamanism. So he's shamanism, but you think it's shamanism with demonic, satanic aesthetics? Is it even demonic? I don't know. What am I doing? You're looking at it. I finally finished my left sleeve, by the way. Right one's still a little bit of work. This is my final. Well, I got some touch-ups to do. I see that comment up there. I forgot to answer it. The last one I got, it's upside down. Obviously, because I'm upside down, but can you see it? It's a dragon. You see, you can see it's kind of peeling right there. I just got this like a week ago. Yeah, I can see the peeling right there. But yeah, that's a multi-eyed dragon. And it ties into this, which is it's basically it's a Cthulhu demon type thing. And then the camera doesn't do any justice. I need to shave my arms, but whatever. Yeah, it's just all Cthulhu stuff. So, and these are sigils. These are your personal sigils. My forearm, the inside, and then it's a black sun, but it's a 9-spoke instead of a 12. And then these ones, it's a scarification one. If you look close, you can see it's not really healed. Well, it is healed. I got this a year ago. It's raised though. It's like 3D tattoos for real. Ouch. Nope. I never tattoo my hands. Yeah, Josh, Mike did most of them. Mike did my entire left arm, actually. Everything on my left arm is Mike. This arm is a combination of a few people. As you can tell, some like the pitchfork, all that. You can see it's like doesn't really. Mike did fill all that into, but we're still working on this back here. This is kind of cool though. This is let me set up this one because this one's hard to see because it's not filled in. This is a demon with a book or a lantern, but it's not filled in yet. See, but yeah. Oh, there's his hand. See his hand down here. So it's you got other shit. Yeah. It's free because you can't see the back of your arms. I forget what he did. I'm like, what? Yeah. Thanks, Elsain. Yeah, it's a work in progress. What's it? Stuff, disgusting stuff. Kick ass. Yeah, I mean, it's with the Church of Satan. I know I'm reverting back now because I forgot what I was talking about. So, oh, what's up? What's up, Casey? Thanks, man. I'm back. I took a little break, but I'm back. Well, you know what? Just real quick, so everybody knows who's listening. Because now there's probably the most people in the room so far. Is I do this live streaming every Saturday. Today's Friday, but I do it every Saturday on my other channel, My other channel is well, I changed the name. It's 30 Hits of LSD. 30 Hits of LSD Guy. I don't remember it now. It's 30 Hits of LSD Guy / Satanic Network. So, but yeah, it's basically if you just type in Satanic Network, it should come up because that's what the URL is. That's the original name. But I do the live streaming over there. But now there's a lot of people over here, so I don't even know where to do it. But yeah, I should probably keep doing it over there because that's where I've been doing it. I just started over there just because it's well, because I have almost 30,000 subscribers on that channel. Here it's just over 20,000, so there's about 7,000 subscribers different. I don't give a fuck where I do it. Just I'm trying to that's why I did it here tonight. So I'm trying to get people to if you want to participate to go over there. I wish I could just do it both, but whatever. Yeah, thanks, Casey. It's hard, and I was telling other people earlier as this is going to actually morph into something different. It's hard to do a live streaming because it's just me talking. It's hard to talk, I mean, I can read your questions, but I mean, it's hard for one person to talk. It's nice that the chat, without this chat engaging me, it would actually be a drunken monologue. It'd be just being it halfway is, but yeah, it's we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna have a co-host, and eventually gonna take live callers. We're gonna have to format it completely differently, but it's gonna move off. Obviously, it's gonna move off of YouTube unless YouTube is willing to do that, which they might. I mean, not for me, but eventually, I think YouTube will go to a actual real podcast thing with live calls and stuff like that, like a blog talk radio. I don't see why they couldn't if they can do it. It's fucking Google. Google is fucking God. That is God. Google has more power than anything or creation man has ever done. So, what's up, KC? Oh, okay, there's two Caseys. There's a female Casey, and then there's a male Casey. So if I'm quiet, it's because I'm reading. I'm trying to catch up, see what I missed. I don't get in notifications. You know how when you're in a chat room, somebody texts, it usually goes bling, bling, like Messenger or whatever. This is totally silent. Oh, motherfucker, my speakers are off. Ha! I got this. It's like a Bluetooth speaker, and it turned off. Let's see. I still don't ever remember hearing notifications though. Yeah. See, I don't know much about alchemy, man. I studied it when I was younger. I read a book called The Black Arts, and it talked about alchemy, and I started reading more, but it seemed like it was just a scientific, kind of a mystical scientific approach to chemistry, stuff like that. Well, even the symbol of brimstone is alchemy symbol for sulfur. So I don't know. I don't see anything necessarily occultic by it. I think maybe occult groups have grabbed on to alchemist things. I think the whole big thing with alchemists wasn't to turn lead into gold because they're chemically they're not very far apart. Nobody's been able to do it, or maybe they have. I don't know. Stone Temple Pilots rocks. Salvia, yeah, I tried it once. I think I tried some some shit that wasn't very good though, because all it did was give me a fucking headache. I mean, I smoked a lot too. I mean, I smoked I've heard of these stories, people taking a few hits and losing their fucking shit, like bath salts almost. Not that bad, but I mean, I smoked a lot. I smoked like enough to give me a fucking headache. I at least took 20 hits of that fucking thing, and I bought it at a head shop. It's little packages, but somebody else told me oh, you got to buy this type of grade or that. I was like, fuck it. If I want to get fucking high, I'm not going to do fucking bullshit. I want to get high. I'm going to go get some fucking hard drugs. I'm going to be fucking around smoking peanut shells. You know what I used to do to get, before we had a drug connection, when I was young, middle school young, 13, and I started pretty young. To get high, over the counter shit, Robitussin was a big one. That was my generation that discovered Robitussin. That I have been pretty fuckered up. Robitussin is pretty fucking that's right up there. Yeah, the DXM. Fuck yeah. Yep. Robitussin DM is. I think they changed the name from DM to something else. I don't know, but whatever that DXM is, yeah, that's the drug that fucks you up. And that'll make you feel like you're seriously drunk. Maybe took a bunch of pain pills and took some acid all at the same time. But it's okay. I mean, I would never do it again. Well, I've done it I've probably done it a dozen times. I haven't done it for like 20 years, but yeah, I remember that. That's a cheap high for $5. Another one was Dramamine's motion sickness pills. Those, like, I swear to God, with the exception of the like taking large amounts of LSD, Dramamine, if you take like 12 of those pills, I've hallucinated hard off of Dramamine, but it makes you feel terrible. I mean, it makes you feel like there's like dirt running through your veins. I mean, but you're really fucking high. You start hallucinating. Like, you'll see shit, hard hallucinations. I'm not talking about like, like walls going like this. No. I'm not talking about like mushroom hallucinations. I'm talking, or colors are red. I'm talking about like I saw fucking skulls flying out of my trees and shit, like meteors at me and shit on Dramamine pills. I didn't even see that on 30 Hits of LSD. not like that. It was pretty fucking wicked. I'm not suggesting you do it, and here's my disclaimer for YouTube in case somebody reports this. Drugs are bad. Okay, don't do drugs. I'm not suggesting you do drugs. All I'm doing is documenting my own personal experiences from a previous existence in my life. I'm going through psychiatric treatment with my therapist. He told me to do this. All right, so what we're talking about? Dramamine, and the other one was Aldefed. It's like a cold medicine. It's called Aldefed. It's a pill. If you crush it up, we used to sprinkle it on our weed, and it'll give you this really weird, like fuzzy. It's a weird feeling. It's like, make your like ears, like everything gets like real low, like this. I don't know. I have no idea why, and I don't know what's the drug is in it, but I know it's called Aldefed. Put that on a weed and fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the bus, smoking shit. It looks like coke because it's like a powdery white shit. It's fucking cold medicine. DXM is fucking weird. I tried the fucking smoking banana pills. I tried smoking peanut skins. No, that shit, if you smoke anything that your body's not used to, inhaling, you'll get a little bit of buzz. You guys remember smoking cigarettes for the first time? First cigarette you ever had? I mean, people that don't smoke cigarettes, but they, only but once in a blue moon, like people that only smoke when they drink or whatever. Yeah, nicotine will get you fucking high. Nicotine's a fucking good high, but you get used to it if you smoke all the time, right? Just like weed, it's like people that like just do bong rips every hour. It's like, I'm just like, dude, I would fall down and die if I did that. But you just get a tolerance to it. But yeah, I mean, any drug will. Same with caffeine. Some people are really sensitive to fucking caffeine. I've seen people like lose their shit off of like one too many mochas. Like fucking like even a meth head is like, what the fuck, off of fucking mochas. Well, Casey, I'm trying to catch up to you. I did the same shit with RoboTrip, and we called it Trip C's. I wonder if it's that drug, but in a pill form. I don't know. I'm guessing that I'm probably at least a decade older than you, if not two. In which case, they probably changed the name because they probably figured out that my decade realized what it was and like, ooh, we're just going to change the name, and then they won't know about it. And then somebody figured it out. Now it's called something else. I don't know. Cold and cough. Okay. It probably is a DXC. It probably is the same ingredient. I tried drinking different types of cough medicine, only with that DMX or DMT. No, wait, DX, whatever it was, whatever that ingredient was. That's the only one that really fucked you up. The other ones would make you feel weird, but not hallucinate, not like psychedelic weird. DMT. That's I wish I had some. That's hard to find. I mean, it's weird. You can make it if you read online. It tells you how to make it, but it's not something that comes around. What's weird is like when I was like LSD. I can't find LSD to save my life. That would be one of the hardest drugs for me to score. Would be LSD. When I was in high school, it was rampant. It was everywhere. In fact, I sold it. It was that rampant. Some white supremacist guys, fucking, and I mean, I kind of look more like a white supremacist now, but back, not because I'm intentionally trying to, just because of my age, but my tattoos. But back then, I was fucking, skinny fucking stoner heavy metal guy with a Metallica shirt on, fucking hair halfway down to my ass. It was like, for some reason, one of these skinhead guys, big guys, they were probably in their early 20s, came up to me and was like, "Hey, dude, come here." All right. And anyway, they were basically drug dealers. And they said, "Well, why don't you want to sell acid here, man? Buy it from us. Here's 100 hits of acid, free. Bam. Here's your first sheet. Like, here, you owe us $80. You can sell this for $5 a hit." I did the math, like, whoa, $500, and I only owe you 80. So yeah. So give me $80. I'll be here next week. Give me $80. It's like, okay. And I was like, and I thought to myself, and I actually said to him, like, well, why are you giving me this? Because what happened if I don't pay you? He's like, you really want to know? Like, nope, I'll be here. So, but that's it. But you don't sell each hit for $5. I mean, if you have 100 hits, I mean, I'd sell, like, if you want one hit, I'd sell you for $5. You're a cute girl, like flirt with me, I'd sell you for $4. If you wanted to buy 3, I'd sell you 3 for $10. If it was Friendly Friday, I'd buy 2 for 1 deal. I was a salesman. I rocked that shit for like a year. Even people narked at me. People knew at school I sold it because people are fucking snitches. So, but I never got caught. Thank God. I've never had a drug conviction, which is nice. Holy shit! I've been on here for an hour and 50 minutes. This might be the longest one yet. I should probably get going because now I'm drunk and I'm starting to ramble. I'm not really reading and I'm just not really. You know what though, guys? Check this out. So we can all talk. I'm gonna drop this link in this chat room. For those of you that are not, well, actually, even if you are on a phone, but I don't know if you have to download an app. This is a chat room that I use. And now, if you guys have a chat room, I could easily use yours too. But I'm just gonna drop the one that's already set up. Okay. So we can move this conversation, and you can text, you can get on camera, or you can just get on mic and talk. So it's really up to you. But you do all of them or just one. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna drop this link to a tiny chat room, and I'll be in there, see who shows up, carry this conversation. I want to go. I need to take a piss. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, but I'll be here in 5 minutes, and you guys are welcome to come. And here's the link. Yeah, Kate, are you coming here? Here's a link, Casey. Casey knows it, but here's the link for you guys. You guys can there. That link right there. It's to a tiny chat room. See, it's called Satanic Room. It's just a tiny chat room, and you don't have to. There's no password. Just jump on in there. You can cam up like this. We can all talk face to face, or you can just mic and talk, so we can actually have a real conversation, or you can just text, hang out. I do need to piss, so I'll be right back. I'm going to jump off, guys. Thanks for showing up. And I'm doing this tomorrow on Saturday on my main channel, or not my main channel, but on the channel that's set up for this. 30 Hits of LSD Guy. It's me. Wait, I'll show you. I can prove it. Where is it? Okay. See? Just a little older, same guy. But yeah, so yeah, 30 Hits of LSD Guy. That's the channel. And I'll do this again tomorrow, same time at 10 o'clock, my time, PST, it's California time, and I'll be in this chat room in 5 minutes. So thanks for coming out, guys. I'm going to end this now because I'm about to piss myself.